Hello and welcome back to all my returning subscribers. If you are seeing this channel for the first time, my name is Jua. In today's tutorial, I'll show you how to sew a palazzo jumpsuit. It's a cut together jumpsuit and it's very beginner friendly. The upper bodice is smoked with a drawstring shoulder tie, and it also features a convenient side pocket. If you enjoy sewing tutorial like this, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe for more sewing tutorial every week. Now let's get started. Start by folding your fabric into two like you see me doing. Next, you mark your starting line, which will be used to hem the chest line later. Since this is a tube style jumpsuit, I measured 7" down from my shoulder line to create the neckline depth. I placed the 7" mark on my tape at the starting line, then continue measuring down to my waistline, which is 17 inches. This gives me the full length of the upper body. After getting my waistline, I'm just going to roll it out like you see me doing. Now that we've marked the upper bodice, the next step is to locate the hip line. Place the tape rule measure at the waistline and measure downwards to the fullest part of your hip. Mark that point as it will serve as your hip line. When I did mine, I got 8 inches. So meaning from my waist to the fullest part of my hip is 8 inches. So I'm just going to rule it out like this. Now we have our chest line, our waistline and our hip line. The next step is to mark the crotch line. To get the crotch line, I'll divide my hip measurement, which is 40 inches. I'll divide it by 4. That gives me 10 inches. Then I'll add 2.5 inches because this is a palazzo jumpsuit and we need extra room. So I got 12.5. I'm just going to mark that 12.5 from my waistline downwards to get my crouch line. Just remember that the standard formula for your crouch line is your hip measurement divided by 4, then add 2.5 inches. For me, that gives me 12.5 inches. Next thing is to mark 3 inches on the edge of my folded fabric like you see me doing. I'll mark it from the beginning of my fabric downwards to meet my crotch line like you see me demonstrating. Next, I will be placing my body measurement. I'll divide the fullest part of my body by 4. In my case, that's my hip measurement, which gives me 10 inches. So my body measurement will be placed after the 3 inch that I left on the edge of my fabric like this. I'll place my 10 inch on top of it, then I'm going to chalk it down like this. So for the smoky effect and for the palazzo effect, I'm going to be adding extra 5 inch plus 1 inch stitch allowance, which makes it 6 inch. So I'll mark that 16 inch. I'll place it on my waistline. We are just going to place that 16 inch both on our waistline, the chest line, our hip line and also the crouch line of this jumpsuit. Whatever we are doing for the upper body, whatever measurement we take for the upper body of the jumpsuit, that's what we are going to take for the hip line also and for the crouch line. This is because it's a cut together jumpsuit and the upper body is smoked. Since it's smoked, everything is going to shrink by the end of the day and it will fit perfectly. Next is to take our crouch extension. So that 3 inches that we marked on the edge of our fabric is for our crouch extension. So you are going to divide your hip measurement by 16. That's the standard. So when I did mine, I got 2.5. So I'm just going to mark that 2.5 on that 3 inch that I left behind like this. That will serve as my crouch extension. After getting our crouch extension, the next thing is to mark this part to get the leg of our jumpsuit. So me, I want the leg of my jumpsuit to be a bit wide, so I chalked down 24 inch. So I marked 24 inch at the hem of my jumpsuit. Then I'm just going to connect it upwards like you see me doing to meet my hip line, my crouch line like this. Have it in mind that this is optional. If you don't want yours to be wider, you can just connect that your hip line measurement, your body measurement downwards to meet the full length of your jumpsuit. Cut it out, then we use one of these to cut the back bodies of our jumpsuit. The fabric you'll be folding for your back bodies, make sure it is wider than your front body pattern that you already cut out. Place your front body on top of it, leaving at least 3 inch on that crotch line side that you see me touching. So I'm going to leave 3 inch, which will be used as my crotch extension. So I'm going to be extending my crotch by 2.5. I will mark 2.5 where my front crotch line stopped. I will mark 2.5 from that angle and mark it out like you see me doing. That will serve as my back crotch extension. Now I'm now going to extend to make my back bodice wider than my front bodice. I'll mark 2 inch downwards like you see me doing. So I'll stop at that my crotch extension side. I'll just make a curve like this to blend it in. And the reason we are doing this that is because of the butt area, so it can sit properly on our jumpsuit. So we are going to just continue marking this 2 inch. So the difference between our back bodice and our front bodice is this extra crotch extension that we did and this 2 inch that we added all over our jumpsuit. So I'm just going to cut it out like you see me doing, then we'll start sewing. If you haven't hit the like button, please take a moment to hit the like button and leave nice comment. So let's start stitching. The first thing we'll be doing is I will join the two back pieces, the back bodies, we'll join it together like this. Then we'll sew from our chest line, that is from the beginning of the jumpsuit to meet the crotch extension with 1/2 inch. We'll also do the same for the front bodies, right side facing each other like this. Align it properly and run a 1/2 inch stitch from the beginning to the crotch side area. When I'm done, this is exactly what it looks like. I've joined the two back pieces together and the two front pieces together. Next, I'm going to trim out the excess that I use in stitching knit. I'm just going to trim out the excess fabric so that when I'm running my elastic thread on top of it, it won't look bulky. After getting this, the next thing is to determine the length we are going to be smoking for our upper body. Place your tape rule like this, 7 inch out. Then you are going to mark from that point downwards like you see me doing like this. Mark it to your lower waist, which is usually 1 or 2 inch below your navel, depends on your height. So now I'm just going to notch it. That is where I'm going to stop while smoking. Next, if you're not sure about making a straight stitch while sewing, you are going to mark out half inch on your fabric like this. Have it in mind that the closer your stitch are, the firmer the shed effect is going, the upper body is going to be on your body. So this is just me demonstrating how you are going to make a straight rows from the beginning, from one side of your fabric to the other side. So you just sew on top of where you've marked. To our sewing machine, we are going to be freeing the tension. You lose the tension of your machine like this, like you want to sew a gathers. Why the elastic thread I will be using for this smoked effect is going to be reeled under our machine. You fix it under your machine, while the upper part will be using the normal everyday thread. While stitching, you are going to be stitching on top of the right side of your fabric, leaving half inch gap in between. I'm going to just make a straight stitch with half inch gap until I get to my lower waist that we notched earlier. When I'm done, this is what it's going to give me. Everything has shrinked to my lower waist. Smoking both the back and front of this jumpsuit took me roughly 1 hour to do. So this is the back bodice too. So now if you use your tape rule like this, if you press your tape rule 7 inch on top of your fabric downwards, you are going to get 18 inch. That is literally from your shoulder to your lower waist. 18 in mine is 18 inch. I did for both the back and the front. Now we are like 70% done with our jumpsuit. Next, we are going to be cutting the convenient side pocket for our jumpsuit. In case you are drafting a pocket for the first time, a side pocket, fold it into 4 like you see me doing. Fold it as big as you want your pocket to be. Now come down by 7 inch like I'm demonstrating, mark it out and just draw a big hole that will determine how deep your pocket is going to be. After drawing out your pocket like this, you're just going to cut it out and open all the side so you can have 4 pieces like this. The next thing is to start attaching, but before we attach, we are going to determine where we want to attach it to. Measure from your shoulder down to your under waistline. Mine is 18, so I'm going to be placing these pieces under my upper bodice, meaning where my upper body stop, that is where my pocket is going to start from. So I'll just pin it down like this. While pinning, make sure that the right side of your pieces is facing the right side of your jumpsuit. So I'll just pin on both the left and the right side of my jumpsuit. I'll also do the same for my back bodies. I'll pin the 4 pieces on both sides of both my back jumpsuit and my front jumpsuit like this. After pinning my pocket to my jumpsuit like this, I'm now going to stitch on top of it like this and remove the pins. For our strap, I'll be cutting 4.5-inch wide, while for the length for our strap, that 7-inch that will be removing from our jumpsuit, I'm going to be placing it here like this. I'll chalk it down, then I'll add extra 10-inch. It is optional, you can make yours longer, you can even make it 15 or 20-inch. So 7-inch plus extra 10-inch altogether making 17 inches. So that extra 10 inches will be used to tie the strap to our shoulder. So I'll be cutting 4 of these for both the front and the back. I'm just going to fold the strap into 2 like this and just run a stitch on top of it. Now for my jumpsuit, I'm going to hold the 2 crotch extension both for the back and the front. I'll hold it together like this. Make sure it is touching, the stitches are touching each other. Align it properly and run 1/2-inch stitch allowance on both sides to the leg, from the crotch side to the leg. Next, we'll also align the side of our jumpsuit like this. Align it, pin it down if you have to. Align it, make sure that the back pocket and the front pocket is well aligned, like you see me trying to align mine on your screen. Then you run 1-inch stitch allowance on it like this, like you see me demonstrating with my finger. I will also align the other side like this. Make sure it is well aligned, like you see me doing. Run 1-inch stitch allowance on it. When I'm done, this is what it looks like. Turn it to the right side and you are going to have your jumpsuit. Your pocket is sewn and also the crotch line has been attached together, the side, everything. So the next thing is to attach our strap. So I've already gone ahead to stitch and iron my 4 straps. So I'm going to fold my fabric into 2, my jumpsuit into 2 like this, to determine where I'm going to attach my strap. Fold your jumpsuit into 2, measure, then go inward by 3-inch like you see me doing. Mark it, and that is the point you are going to be attaching your strap. So I'm going to attach the strap, 2 on the front side and 2 on the back side. I'm just going to stitch on top of it, or run a stitch on top of it when I'm done pinning the 4 strap to my jumpsuit. That's all for this tutorial. Before you click out, take a moment to hit on the like button if you haven't liked this video. So hit on the subscribe button. If you have any question while making yours, please leave it in the comments. I'm going to reply you immediately, and also leave nice comments for me in the comment section. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.